Hey everyone, thanks for stopping in. Today is Wednesday, that's my day off, and if you try to make an appointment with me, I usually get back to you on my laptop or on my computer and email. Today's a day where I take phone calls, so it's business but from home. And it's not really a day off because I have calls with a variety of different people setting up things for 2018. Very excited about that. And I wanted to get in a little bit with you guys, a little bit about what introversion is, because I'm an introvert. And back in the day, many years ago, I would almost take like liquid courage to build up my courage and go do things. And so over time, I was like, I'm an extrovert. I just thought I was an extrovert. Back in the day, also, I was a magician. I would go to parties and I would go to restaurants. I would do dinner cruise ships. I was always out and about and doing things. So it was like, wow, you drink liquid courage and courage comes inside of you and you're an extrovert. Well, on the downtime, I was not an extrovert, and it was almost kind of depressing because I felt like I wasn't being who I really was, but it was more about not embracing who I already am. So introversion is a whole another way of. I grew up in a house where you were told to be quiet, so I think it may have reinforced that. So I don't know. Are you born an introvert? Are you born an extrovert? I have twin boys, and I've kept track of them ever since they were born. And I think there's one introvert and there's one extrovert. I think it's kind of the way you are. But you don't need to develop yourself as an introvert to be off the chart in a cave, never getting out. And you don't need to be an extrovert where you're the guy anywhere you go that won't shut up, you know? So as I study introvert and extrovert and Myers-Briggs, you're supposed to kind of balance out over time and come down to like 7 is extremes, and you're supposed to kind of come down to a 0. And that's where I feel like a part of my journey is I can be very extroverted for longer periods of time now, and I don't have to like take so much time and go into my manhole and man cave and chill out for so long. But so one of the books that really affected me, and this is not a book study video, because if it was, it'd be in black and white. Check out my black and white video. That was a study. So a book that I really liked a lot that a friend recommended is called The Introvert Advantage. The Introvert Advantage really is awesome. I mean, it really teaches you that introversion is a strength. And we're in a world that is filled with extroversion. So you almost made to feel like there's something wrong with you because of TV commercials, because of all these people coming at you, the people saying that you're shy. I'm not shy. I can tell you right now, I'm not shy. It just takes me longer to build trust and to even want to be around you in the first place. So if you start asking me uncomfortable questions or start judging me and claiming that I'm shy, there's already a disconnect going on there. So it's better as an extrovert to maybe ask me a question or get me to come out instead of judging me as a certain way. So that book really helped me out a lot. Introversion and introverts are very much needed in the world because there's so much extroversion. So that's how I got my start in social media. I was behind a computer screen and I was typing away, and I enjoyed writing. I never took a writing class, but I enjoyed writing and writing blogs and creating content, and it caught on to people. I think it caught on to other people that have something inside of them that it just appealed to. So going into video is much more of an extroverted activity. I have to almost say that I almost feel like I need to take a nap after doing some of these videos because it's so much energy going into it. And this is kind of how I am when I'm filled with passion and talking. But a lot of times I'm kind of laid back and chilled out. But that kind of makes for a boring video. So I amp up my energy a little bit and I go into extroversion mode. And it causes me to actually enjoy doing this, but I got to chill out afterwards. Another book that I think was really good is by Brene Brown. And Brene Brown, her book on Daring Greatly, I think almost all of her resources are just about being vulnerable again, because at some point in your life, somebody killed off your vulnerability and you went into hibernation, and you almost think that's the way you're supposed to live the rest of your life. Well, it's unhealthy people that are judging and criticizing and condemning anything of what you were vulnerable with at one point. They couldn't handle the vulnerability. Whatever the deal was, it was their unhealthy state that caused, that judged you or criticized you, your own vulnerability. So you said, I'll never do that again. And that's not right. To live a healthy, wholehearted way of living life, we're supposed to be vulnerable. And the more vulnerable I am, the more passionate I am, the more I come alive and I enjoy life. So you live life now as if you're in this huge arena, and you're in the arena and people are in the stands and they're judging and criticizing you. Those things don't matter anymore. As an introvert, I would be a person in the stands watching other people all the time, but now I get to be a person that's in the arena with people looking at me in the stands, and you learn over time to develop a thick skin. And a thick skin is something you just can't read about in a book. There's no book on how to develop a thick skin, because you just have to get out there, put yourself out there, start doing things, and not really caring what unhealthy people say to you, unless they're constructive criticism that you can incorporate into who you are and modify and change and learn from it. But a lot of times there's just mean people, there's trolls, there's people looking to say rude comments. They don't even use their real names. So that gives you a sign they're hiding, and it's just an unhealthy behavior to yank your chain, make somebody laugh, but it has nothing to do with you or who I am. So they don't have authority in my life, and I still move forward. So it's very exciting. I'm just going to finish up this video with yesterday's video. This was Discover Your Purpose, and that was actually a lady that left me a great comment. She asked me, what is a lesson that you learned that made you come back to your passion? Well, I got tired of reading books that were about passion, and over time I realized the story that I have is just as valuable as a story that's in anybody else's book. So I decided to come back to my passion, and my passion was getting rid of all the things that were sidetracking me and pursuing the one thing that was really important to me. And I noticed when I took a strength, there's a book out, Find Your Strengths, Discover Your Strengths by Marcus Buckingham. And that book said, I took the assessment test, and it said I'm a teacher. I love to teach. So it gave me permission to be a teacher. Just like I was cutting a lady's hair, she was a therapist one day, and she said, Scott, you're an introvert, and there's nothing wrong with that. You just need some alone time to be by yourself to renew, whereas extroverts can be around people all the time and stay renewed. I have to go in and just renew by myself, read a book, chill out, take a day off. And as soon as she told me that, I embraced it and I accepted it, and I realized I'm an introvert. So it ignited my passion. The other question on here is, what is your favorite thing about being a teacher? Well, the biggest thing is I want to serve and help people, and when I teach and those participants incorporate some of the things that I teach them, and they write me back and say, this has helped me out, that's the only reason I do it. It's because it helped them out. So it's very exciting. So I appreciate your comments and questions. Anytime you have a comment or question, I do my best to get back to it. So today is a day that, like I said, I was taking it off. I hope you take some time off. You should mark out time on your schedule to renew yourself. As a hairstylist, most people take Mondays off. I go in there because it's nice and quiet. It's a great introverted environment. On Wednesdays, it starts to get a little hectic and busy, so I take that day off. It's a great day to take a hump day off during the middle of the week. I usually get some lunch, go somewhere, get a good workout in. I'm getting ready to take my boys out driving so we can practice driving. One of them's going to go to a CrossFit gym. I'm going to go to the YMCA, and I'm going to try to fit in cooking dinner for my wife tonight and give her a break as well. So thanks a lot for hanging in there with me, and I will definitely see you tomorrow.